Director of Indiana's Department of Child Services is warning children will die if the governor doesn't take action. This stern warning comes as the DCS director abruptly submits her resignation.
In that resignation, she lashed out at the governor and his staff. Our senior investigative reporter Bob Siegel details her serious allegations.
We cannot combat child abuse and neglect alone.
After 5 years of leading DCS, Mary Beth Bonaventura submitted her letter of resignation to the governor last Tuesday. It was kept a secret until Friday, and 13 Investigates has now learned that letter is full of frustration aimed at the governor and his staff, which Bonaventura says are placing children at risk. I feel I am unable to protect children because of the position taken by your staff to cut funding and services to children in the midst of the opioid crisis, Bonaventura wrote to the governor. I choose to resign rather than be complicit in decreasing the safety, permanency, and well-being of children who have nowhere else to turn. And she told the governor, quote, I feel lives will be lost and families ruined if there are not significant changes. The director specifically lashed out at the governor for the chief of staff he assigned to the agency. She says Chief of Staff Eric Miller bullied staff, created a hostile work environment, and approved cost-cutting measures without her permission. In her letter, the director said Miller has been slashing our budget in ways that all but ensure children will die.
Do you think that's blowing things out of proportion?
No. It's not blowing things out of proportion.
Marilyn Moores is a juvenile court judge in Marion County. She says Bonaventura's resignation is a huge blow to the state.
We've lost a real warrior for children.
And she sides with the director. The judge says huge funding cuts at a time when child welfare cases are skyrocketing has created a devastating problem throughout Indiana, a problem the governor simply cannot ignore.
We have a system in crisis, and it needs his full attention, and I hope he will direct that.
In her resignation letter, the director said the state's Child Support Bureau is on the verge of collapse. She said efforts by the governor to cut case managers and child welfare attorneys will have disastrous results. And she said the governor's office will only allow DCS to request a fraction of the money and staff needed to protect kids. This afternoon, the governor did send us a statement. It says, I'm grateful for Director Bonaventura's years of service and her commitment to keeping Hoosier kids safe. I share that commitment, and that's why the state continues to make investments in the agency. We are providing record funding to DCS with nearly $500 million more in funding support over the next 2 years. We will continue to do all we can to protect children. Mary Beth Bonaventura's last day on the job is coming up. It is scheduled for December 27th.